Curry Cyanide is a project that came to me, so I did not kind of choose the story. I was excited by it and decided to do it. I first heard about this story of Jolly Joseph when in 2019, when my wife called me one night and told me about this breaking news about a woman allegedly killing six members of her family over 14 years. And even though I used to follow true crime and I love true crime, whether it's on TV or online or newspapers, but this particular story kind of disturbed me and told my wife that I don't want to hear more about it or else I'll lose my sleep. When we started working, I told my team members that I do not want to discuss this after 6. Public only see us when the film gets released, or there is years of struggle before it, years of preparation, years of writing, and all the process that involved in the filmmaking takes long years. In this particular situation, in this premise, for whom the journey would be difficult, would it be for a man or would it be for a woman? And in most of the situations that you look at in my films, it would be for a woman. There are a lot of people actually. A name that comes to my mind immediately is Faghat Fasil from here. Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt.
Hello, everyone. This is Ocean Fernandez for Midday, and today joining us in conversation is the acclaimed filmmaker Christo Tomy. Hi, Christo. Welcome to Midday. How are you?
Hi, Ocean. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations on the BAFTA Breakthrough. I want to start off by asking how important it is to receive international recognition, that too at this stage where, we're talking about blurring boundaries, we are taking things to different countries and making things global. So how important is this recognition for you?
It's a huge recognition, and it's an honor to be associated with BAFTA. I've been following BAFTA Breakthrough program for a few years. I passed out of the institute in 2016, and then it's last year in December, my first project has been released, and followed by my feature in June this year. So it has been a long journey to get the films made and to get it out there. Both the films did really well, and I'm grateful for that. Curry Cyanide being selected for being the BAFTA Breakthrough project for me has come at the right time, because a lot of the public only see us when the film gets released, or there is years of struggle before it, years of preparation, years of writing, and all the process that involved in the filmmaking takes long years. So in that way, this is a huge recognition, and it's come at the right time. I also want to take my stories to the world. I look to direct international productions. So BAFTA Breakthrough project, I believe, is a step in that direction.
Fantastic. I noticed that you have won two national awards already. I want to take you back to the moment when you learned that you're winning national awards for your short films. I mean, that must have been a surreal time for you.
Yeah, it was surreal, to say the least. I was editing my music video with my DOP with me, while my mother called me first and told me about this national award being conferred on my short film. I did not believe it at first. I thought she was confusing it for another National Student Film Awards, which has happened a few months earlier. Soon after, another friend of mine from college called me and told me about this. It's then me and my DOP went to the cafe there and checked out on the government website and found that my short film was there as the best debut film, and that is a huge recognition. That was a huge recognition that time, because it's very rare that a short film wins national award. Short film is basically second year dialogue exercise where we have to shoot in a studio. And I think, if I'm not wrong, that is a first film from SRFTI, first short film from SRFTI winning a national award. And going to Delhi, receiving it for the first time and meeting all the other winners of the national awards in that year. Uh, and also, when you win something for the first time, that cannot never be replicated. So that was a huge moment for me, and that's something that I cherish forever.
So, what I also noticed is that all of your projects, they surround around women being the center, the protagonist or the crux of the story. be it Curry Cyanide, be it Ulusuku, be it Kamuki, be it Kainaka. All of these have women as their central characters. What attracts you to this particular category or genre where you see women as your main protagonist?
I like to believe that it's accidental than by choice. I have been asked this question a lot of times because most of my projects have centered around women. Korean Cyanide is a project that came to me, so I did not kind of choose the story. I was excited by it and decided to do it. Most of the other projects I have myself kind of wrote. So one of the questions that I ask initially when I write the project is, in this particular situation, in this premise, for whom the journey would be difficult, would it be for a man or would it be for a woman? And in most of the situations that you look at in my films, it would be for a woman that the journey is more difficult, and that would give more dramatic moments and more things are at stake. So that is how I have arrived at more female centered films. I think Urush Chechi, who starred in my feature film Ullodu, had also an interesting observation to make. She told that maybe I grew up in a very close-knit family, and I absorbed things around, and I observed many. There were many strong women in my family, and that could be the reason why uh, most of my films have female protagonists. But yeah, but it's not something that I've chosen or decided. It has just happened.
That's really great to hear from you. Speaking of Korean Cyanide, I remember watching it, and I'm not a big documentary fan, I have to admit, but this one particularly stuck with me. And amid all the documentaries that we have watched, this is very high on emotional content. Tell us about the process, because I'm sure it must have been a lot of extensive research, meeting the people, the real people who are a part of this story. So tell us, how was that experience for you?
I first heard about the story of Jolly Joseph when in 2019, when my wife called me one night and told me about this breaking news about a woman allegedly killing six members of her family over 14 years. And even though I used to follow true crime and I love true crime, whether it's in TV or online or newspapers, but this particular story kind of disturbed me, and I told my wife that I don't want to hear more about it, or else I'll lose my sleep. I never quite go to reading more about the story or following it up, which I think now looking back is unusual because I follow most of these crime stories. And it's years later in 2021 that I was approached to direct this film, and I thought that that was a strange coincidence to have. But then that is when I delved deeper into the story, and I found that it's very layered and nuanced, and it also deals with family and secrets, a subject that have been also pursuing in my feature film. And it's not often that you come across or you're given the opportunity to direct a story like this. So I immediately jumped at the opportunity. And so in the initial phases, it was kind of difficult because it was a very uh, tragic story in one way, uh, and it im- so when we started working, I told my team members that I do not want to discuss this after 6. Like any meeting that has to be scheduled before 6, because I do not want to, because I was sure that I would lose my sleep. But it's over a period of time that you get so used to the story. So by the time when we were editing the film, I was editing Ulluruk in the morning from 9 to 1, and then editing Korean Cyanide from 3 to late night, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. And I would travel back alone from the editor's home to my place. So by that time, we got so much used to the story, so that it never affected me that much as it did initially. And if you look at all my stories, I believe that emotional quotient is one of the things that I always center it upon, because I cannot imagine telling a story without that. For me, that is one of the most important tracks of the film. It's not just a crime story. It's also a story of these people who have lost their mother and father and uh, brother and a lot of their dear ones. It is also a story how they found about this, that the um, alleged perpetrator was somebody within their family, and how it kind of changed their life forever. And there was no way that I could not look at it without that emotional angle. So I think every story, when I tell my stories or when I craft those stories, for me the emotional core matters a lot. That if I can't feel it, then I don't think I will be able to tell that story effectively. And when the audience watch my film or see my stories, I want them to feel the stories emotionally as well.
Going forward, because of this breakthrough, I'm sure a lot of new opportunities will knock on your door. But is there someone in particular or some people in particular that you want to collaborate with in the future?
Yeah, of course. I am looking forward to doing more Hindi projects, feature films. So that is something I am hoping to collaborate with stars from the Hindi film industry. I'm also looking to forward to doing international productions. So I'm hoping that the BAFTA Breakthrough will help me in forging relationship with producers and actors from UK and from US. That will help me in achieving my dream of directing international production. I'm also looking forward to working with uh, actors from back in my home industry as well. So I actually dream of directing big feature productions. If you are
If you want to manifest right now, like any actors or big actors, be it in the Malayalam cinema, anyone who you wish to work with.
there are a lot of people actually. A name that comes to in mind immediately is Fagad Fasil uh, from here. Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt. So there are a lot of people that I would love to collaborate from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and from Bombay. And this is also time when the boundaries are kind of fading. So I hope to keep doing works in different industries at the same time.
And that is a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.